Hi guys, welcome back to week 5 of Art and Design Year 7. So this week we're going to take a little break from all that drawing and we are still going to draw. But I think the difference is that we're not going to be drawing technical stuff. This week we're going to take a short break so that we can dip into our creativity. Creativity meaning you come up with something clever or something innovative in your own time. But yeah, so what we're going to be doing is that we are going to be doing object art. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of it, but it's quite popular among artists, or there's some people who even do it with food. But basically, if you just type it into the search engine, you'll find loads and lots of stuff. But what we need is really basic. We just need an object, any kind of object, but I'll explain more about your homework later, the assignment. But for now, let's just introduce it. We just need an object. So I'm going to take this Panasonic ceiling fan controller as my object, alright? And the next thing you guys need is basically some drawing stationery. So I'm going to use a pen, but you guys can use pencils or color pencils or any kind of marker if you guys think that works better. Remember, the whole point of art is basically making it yours. So you kind of have to pick what kind of material you like. So material, like I mentioned before, I think is called mediums. So just pick what kind of medium you want, but the most important thing is that we're going to feature the object. So what we're going to do is that we want to take this object and turn it into something else, meaning we're going to take it and turn it into a work of art or something else that is not just a controller. So we don't want something like this. Okay, I'm going to say this first. This is a paper rose, right? So what we don't want is actually you take this and then in your mind you're just oh, it's a rose. I'm just gonna go with this rose. So I'm gonna put it here so you can I'll show you a little bit here. So you're gonna be oh, I'm just gonna use this as a rose because it's so nice, and I'm going to just keep going, and I'm going to draw leaves and stuff like that, so it just becomes a rose. So that's not what we want to do. So this is just using what we have already. So why? It's because it is a rose and you're still using it as a rose, so you're not technically changing it into something else. So that's a bit lacking in creativity from the aspect that we're trying to go for. So we want to turn something completely into probably something else or something interesting. So we're going to take this controller next, okay? So I'm going to keep it really simple so that you guys can get a hang of it. So taking this controller, and I'm going to add just a few lines, and just like you guys, if you guys add just a few lines in a very creative way, you guys can come up with super cool stuff, and I don't doubt it for one moment, okay? So you just need to think a little bit more about what you want to do with this object. So don't use it as a controller, because then it will be just like the rose example, it'll just be too simple, and well, you didn't really dip into your creativity. Come out with something really fun or really exciting. So let's just say I want to make this into a car. I'm just going to add on a flag if I want. So this guy is really patriotic. So yeah, and if you want, you can add on a bird, because he's just here to chill. So yeah, so it's just like that. Or if you guys don't want something like that, you can always basically pick up really normal stuff like this. I'm going to use markers here. So okay, I'll just move it higher a bit because my rose is that example. So I'm just going to cross it like this, right? And what I'm really going to do is basically I just need to draw someone using these things. Okay, so not so much a stick figure, but okay, let me draw a thicker hand. So just a simple cartoon to show you guys that you can take something like this and then it becomes a better like wow. Okay, so my pen moves, sorry guys. But yeah, so what I want you to do is before anything changes, right? So the whole point of this object art thing, and we're talking about it, is so that you guys can try out different things and like try experiment a bit more. So just don't be like super safe, meaning like these marker pens are going to be marker pens. So try to do like crazy stuff, it's fine, because like you can change it into something totally unimaginable, like these pens become like towers or stuff like that, or becomes like a bridge. So yeah, go for it. Okay, so you can keep the drawings really simple. So I did like really simple drawings. It's just so that you can communicate the message. All you want is to capture an idea, guys, for especially for these kind of things. It's just to keep your juices pumping, or when you have nothing better to do, you can always go back to this just to like try to spruce things up. Yeah, so and okay, one of the most important things after you've done this is you're gonna take a picture. Okay, so mine is all together, but I wouldn't want you guys to do it all together. It's just because I'm filming it for you guys to have a better look. But so we're going to look at it individually, meaning like you've done one, take a picture of this and make sure the picture is clear before we move on, okay? Because there's no point that you have to redo it. So just double check your camera when you take a picture that it is a clear picture of this, okay? And then after that, you're going to take these two again and we're going to make it into something else. So what I actually want from you guys to do this week is that you take 3 objects and we're going to change it. So from this, you can change it into another thing, like maybe you're going to like, I don't know, make it into a tower or whatever I said previously. And for this, like it was one which is a car, and the next one, it will not be a car anymore. You can change it into something else as well, okay? So I want 2 each of the same object, meaning same thing, but not gonna be car, probably something else, and markers from maybe lightsabers or swords into something else. And okay, we're not gonna do stuff like this, okay? Roses are not just roses, make it into something else. And if you think it's too hard and you know it's pretty but you can't come up with a good idea, maybe you just need to try another object, okay? So other than that, we have an artist that we're looking at. So please remember to check out Christoph Niemann. He's one of the artists that I shared under resources and things. And we're going to do a little bit of like research activities. So you just need to type in his name. And I've also provided some links in the resources in case you guys are not sure. The most effective would definitely be his website, but you can come out and look at other stuff. But yeah, so this is an artist we're looking at. Sometimes we look into like artists so that we can learn from them. So this is one of a more modern artists, and we'll just like we'll look into his artwork and look more about how he creates it, or like what good ideas he has. But remember, even though you look at stuff like that or you search online, don't copy, okay? Because if you copy or like you use the same idea, draw the same thing, that means you're not coming up with something yourself, and that's not really something that you can be proud of in the end. We always want to come up with something original that people, well, it's one of a kind because you did it. Okay, so other than this assignment, we have the research activity this week as well as this, and finally a little bit of not a quiz, but basically just express what you feel about this guy. It's going to be under the feedback. We're going to be like asking a few vague questions so you can answer like, oh, I don't like his work, or I like his work, why, and stuff like that. So just get to it, guys, and good luck for this week. I'm looking forward to your good artwork, and see you next week. Bye.